Anyone else like Tucker Carlson? On Charlie Rose, the anchors appeared to be at their best. After presenting news and entertaining audiences daily, they were abruptly sacked, leaving viewers wondering what went wrong and what caused their collapse. Discover why 15 anchors were sacked. Stay tuned for the truth. Kimberly Guilfoyle left Fox News in July 2018 amid controversy. Guilfoyle, co-host of The Five, resigned when the network investigated sexual misconduct allegations, including sharing inappropriate photos of male genitalia with co-workers. Her lawyer denied the allegations. Gilbert quickly returned to the spotlight after her resignation, collaborating with her boyfriend Donald Trump Jr. on the 2020 re-election campaign of former President Donald Trump. Guilfoyle gained prominent notice for her strong comments and unflinching support of the Trump family during the campaign, despite the unsuccessful end. Guilfoyle remained a prominent conservative voice after leaving Fox. Rocky Guilfoyle's political connections and high-profile relationship kept her in the public eye, demonstrating that scandals can be just another chapter in a media personality's life. Brian Williams, once a trusted newscaster, had his career and credibility unraveled by a single story. The story was captivating, but the military troops present questioned Williams's account. As the story gained popularity, the attention shifted to the respected anchor under pressure. Williams apologized for his mistake regarding the helicopter attack, stating he was in the following chopper. However, the harm was already done. NBC News abruptly suspended Williams without pay for 6 months, jeopardizing his career. In June 2015, NBC dealt the last blow. Williams' departure from NBC Nightly News was a shocking turn of events for a decade-long anchor. Williams later became a breaking news anchor at MSNBC, but the episode left a lasting impact on his reputation. On July 1, 2020, Fox News delivered a bombshell announcement that would bring down the career of Ed Henry, despite his prominent position and reputation as a smart journalist. Henry was fired due to charges of sexual misbehavior, which sparked media coverage. The issue started when a former employee's lawyer approached the network with unsettling allegations. Fox News officials claimed they swiftly removed Henry from air and initiated an inquiry, but this was only the beginning of Henry's issues. Jennifer Ert, the employee who submitted the initial complaint, accused Henry of assault in a federal lawsuit. He was accused of coercing her into sexual activity, assaulting her on company property, and taking advantage of her in a hotel room in 2017. The lawsuit described a pattern of abusive behavior. Examples of behavior include graphic messages and threats for Fox News. The termination of Henry was a pivotal moment for the network, which had been criticized for its handling of sexual harassment claims. The network now faced another high-profile case that threatened their reputation further. Charlie Rose, a respected journalist with a career spanning decades, lost his world in a matter of days in November 2017. The Washington Post released a shocking revelation that changed everything. 8 women accused Rose of sexual misconduct from the late 1990s to 2011. They described a pattern of inappropriate behavior, including unwanted sexual advances, obscene phone calls, and even instances where Rose allegedly walked around naked in their presence. The accused were aged 21 to 37 at the time of the claimed incidents. Rose's bosses responded quickly and decisively. David RHS, president of CBS News, announced Rose's immediate removal. The network prioritized a safe workplace, and Rose's conduct were deemed unacceptable. PBS, where Rose presented a long-running interview show, cut relations with the veteran journalist. Rose apologized for his behavior, admitting to insensitivity but disputing other charges. However, the harm was done within days. Rose's 45-year television career abruptly ended, but Chris Cuomo is next on the list. In December 2021, CNN anchor, known for his sharp interviews and family connections, lost his job due to new documents revealing his brother's political crisis. Andrew Cuomo, then governor of New York, faced allegations of sexual misconduct. His brother Chris was accused of using his media contacts to gather information about his brother's accusers and the ongoing investigation by the state attorney general. CNN Cuomo was first suspended on December 1, but his prompt removal was announced on December 4, barely 3 days later. Following an internal inquiry, Cuomo was found to have broken journalistic standards by coaching his brother's staff on handling the escalating scandal. In an interview with the New York Times, Cuomo described his firing as distressing, but he fought back by suing CNN for damages, claiming they had unfairly used him as a scapegoat and tarnished his reputation. This is a prime example of how quickly a long-standing career can collapse. Matt Lau, a beloved face of NBC's Today Show, was shocked by the #HashemToo movement following Harvey Weinstein's allegations in late November 2017. He was unaware that he would soon become another high-profile victim of the movement. After a coworker filed a formal complaint against Lau, NBC launched an investigation. However, the story revealed disturbing allegations dating back to 2014, including one from former NBC employee Brooke Neville's, who recounted a harrowing experience. According to Neville, she was too intoxicated to consent, while Lau maintained their interactions were consensual. As the scandal grew, more women reported a pattern of harassment at NBC for years. Next on our list is a figure known for his sharp tongue and controversial opinions. Morgan's departure from Good Morning Britain in March 2021 was as dramatic as his on-screen persona, the Catalyst. Morgan had a heated conversation with co-host Alex Beresford about her comments about Meghan Markle during her Oprah Winfrey appearance. Morgan had a history of disliking Meghan Markle, but his reaction to her interview was controversial. Morgan angrily stated that he didn't believe her accounts of her struggles within the royal family, including her mental health challenges. This led to a backlash of swift and severe mental health concerns, and Ofcom received over 41,000 complaints. ITV faced a challenging situation after launching the Britain Gets Talking mental wellness campaign after consulting with the network. Morgan left Good Morning Britain, but his narrative continued. 2 years later, he launched Piers Morgan, an uncensored talk show owned by media mogul Rupert Murdoch. However, it faced challenges, and in February 2024, Morgan announced a shift to his digital platform, primarily YouTube. Reports suggest poor viewership numbers were the reason for this move, highlighting the changing landscape of broadcast media. The next year, Anchor's career took an unexpected nosedive due to a single mistimed event. Ken Rosato, a 20-year ABC 7 veteran, was embroiled in a controversy in May 2023. During a break in filming, he made an inappropriate comment about his co-anchor Shirlene, which was picked up in the control room and cost him his job and reputation. Management acted quickly and decisively. Rosato was fired shortly after the incident due to rumors of racial slurs. His representatives denied these claims, claiming Rosato was a champion of equality throughout his career. However, ABC 7 removed A's biography from their website, erasing his 20-year legacy at the station. This is the next chapter in our exploration of F. In April 2017, Bill O'Reilly's Fox News empire collapsed due to a New York Times story revealing a pattern of sexual harassment complaints over years. The demise of O'Reilly was not swift, but rather the result of years of accusations and covert settlements. According to the Times article, Fox News paid about $13 million to at least 5 women who accused O'Reilly of sexual harassment or inappropriate behavior. These settlements frequently included strict anonymity clauses effectively silence victims. The allegations against O'Reilly were severe and complex. Some women reported vulgar comments and unwanted sexual advances, while others reported a hostile work atmosphere with retribution threats despite serious allegations. And O'Reilly kept. He held his job for years thanks to the high ratings and revenue his Fox News show, The O'Reilly Factor, earned. The Times piece sparked public criticism and advertiser withdrawal, prompting Fox News to evaluate the accusation and announce that O'Reilly would not return for the next story. In October 2010, CNN anchor Rick Sanchez's career was ruined by a single interview on SiriusXM's stand-up show. Sanchez made inflammatory remarks about comedian Jon Stewart and the media industry, which quickly escalated into controversy. Sanchez called Stewart a bigot and claimed that he and other CNN executives were part of an aristocratic Northeast establishment that degraded people like him. Sanchez, of Cuban descent, criticized Stewart's program for being biased against non-white liberals. However, Sanchez's comments about Jews, implying they held too much power in the media, crossed the line. One day after the interview, CNN announced Sanchez's termination. The incident sparked comedians like Stewart, who joked about it. Sanchez later apologized for his offensive remarks, but the damage was done and his job and reputation were damaged. Falling stars in broadcast journalism are common, and Tucker Carlson's narrative is just another example. In April 2023, Fox News abruptly fired Tucker Carlson, a popular and controversial anchor, causing ripples in the media landscape and prompting questions about the decision. Carlson was known for his controversial content and rhetoric, often delving into conspiracy theory territory and promoting ideas like the Great Replacement. Over time, theory's racially offensive views gained scrutiny, but not just from Carlson's on-air comments. The controversial character revealed in private chats during the Dominion voting systems litigation was a man who truly believed in his provocative opinions on camera. Revelation contradicted the idea that Carlson was merely portraying a character. The timing of his termination after the Dominion lawsuit prompted speculation about a relationship. Some believe Carlson's harsh criticism of Fox News leadership during this turbulent time was the final straw. Carlson's anti-Antifa and racially insensitive text message during the trial may have been the tipping point. Leaked footage before and after his firing showed him criticizing Fox Nation and complaining about wearing a sweater during an interview with accused sex trafficker Andrew Tate. Carlson claimed these leaks. Don Lemon was abruptly sacked from CNN on April 24, 2023, shocking many, including himself. Lemon said he learned of his layoff from his age agency rather than CNN management. Lemon was fired after a series of controversies and incidents within the network. He was suspended for making offensive comments about women, including describing former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley as past her prime. CNN required him to undergo sensitive AC training, but the issues continued. The network disputes Lemon's termination account. CNN claims Lemon met with management before announcing his firing, adding to the drama surrounding his departure. In 1997, investigative reporter Jane Aer of Fox News affiliate WTVT in Tampa, Florida, faced pressure from Monsanto to air a story about RBGH, a controversial milk additive manufactured by Monsanto. Their investigation revealed potential harm to cows. A conflict arose between journalistic integrity and corporate coercion. Acker and Wilson rewrote the story 80 times to satisfy station executives while maintaining the truth of their findings. They were pressured to include misleading statements from Monsanto representatives after months of threats and offers of large payoffs to compromise their journalistic principles. In 1997, Acker and Wilson were fired for insubordination. The station assigned the story to another reporter, resulting in a biased report favoring Monsanto. In 1998, Acker filed a whistleblower lawsuit against Fox, claiming she was fired for refusing to participate in a false or misleading story that violated FCC policy. The jury awarded her $425,000. Since their case against Fox, neither has been able to get full-time work in television news. Eric Bolling's career was derailed in September 2017 due to allegations of sending inappropriate text messages and photos to colleagues. HuffPost reported that Bolling had sent inappropriate communications to at least 3 women at Fox Business and 1 at Fox News. Fox News swiftly suspended Bolling pending an independent inquiry by the legal firm. During the Bolling process, Paul Weiss denied any misconduct, with his counsel maintaining no unsolicited communications happened. Bolling filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against the Huffington Post reporter who broke the story. Despite his protest, the network decided to dismiss him after the investigation, and his show, The Specialists, was cancelled, ending his tenure at Fox News. Last on our list of fallen anchors is Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly's exit from NBC in October 2018 illustrates how one comment may alter everything. The former Fox News anchor was in trouble for advocating blackface in Halloween costumes during her broadcast. Megyn Kelly's statement about dressing up as a character as a child was met with criticism from colleagues and viewers. Despite her apology, the damage was done. NBC ended her show, despite her efforts. With a $69 million contract, Kelly's time with the network ended. Mistakes on live TV can be costly, regardless of the salary. Lesson learned: avoid light-handed approaches to some topics.